In this video, we are taking you to St. Peter's Square in the Vatican and all the other sights you can see in Rome in just one day. Rome is one of the most fascinating places to tour in the world, and this video will not disappoint you. We were ending our 3-week camper van journey around Italy with a few days in Rome. It's our first day, well, we got here yesterday to Rome, but it's our first day of actually going around and seeing the sights.
Yeah, actually, yesterday all we did was go to a Mexican cantina for happy hour and an Indian restaurant for dinner.
That was a great Indian restaurant, by the way.
It was good. It was really good, yeah.
Well, you know, we've been here 3 weeks almost, now we're kind of tired of Italian food, honestly. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, we'll still eat it, it's still good, but you want some variety.
Yeah, it was our first night in a hotel in a while, and we're just like, ready to relax and change things up.
One thing I found in like places like Italy and Greece, they don't have a whole lot of other food. Like in Greece, like you go to you go to a small town, it's only Greek food, and here it's like mostly only Italian food, unless you're in a bigger city. So
you can find it though, yeah, unless you're in a bigger city. You're right.
All the music in this video is from Fleetwood Mac. Please consider becoming a channel member as it helps us pay for the royalties on the music we use. Our first stop of the day was the Pantheon. Built as a Roman temple in the 2nd century AD, it's in excellent condition and a really impressive structure. This is the Pantheon. It's kind of weird, like if you notice, like down there, that's the old street level. So see how much higher the street level is now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, almost 2,000 years ago, the street level was what? 3 meters lower than it is today, just because people kept building on top of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yep. In the square, there was already quite a queue lined up to enter the Pantheon. It's one of those places you have to see in Rome, though, so we waited it out in the queue. It is the world's largest freestanding dome, non-reinforced dome, I believe. So like no rebar and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
we should make our trip quick.
Yeah, well, it was built 2,000 years ago. It hadn't fallen since, so we're doing all right. But it took forever, like 20 minutes to get it. It was kind of ridiculous. They're asking for your email and there's all this other crap they don't need just
Data's
to sell
very
tickets.
valuable.
Yeah. So, all right, you ready to go in?
Yes.
I couldn't imagine being from a small village 2,000 years ago and visiting Rome for the first time and walking into this magnificent structure. In the 6th century AD, the Catholic Church took over the Pantheon and turned it into a church.
I don't know how they did it.
Well, that was the Pantheon. $5 a pop.
Yeah, good ticket price. See if you can get them in advance, but...
Yeah, we tried to do it online several times, but it kept declining the credit card. Something about their processing or something. So it's kind of hard to do online, otherwise you got to get here and stand in line. All right, so now we're going to head in the general direction of...
the Vatican.
Yeah.
We're going to stop for lunch, and we could not get the tickets we wanted for the Vatican. We wanted to see the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's, is it Basilica? I don't know how to say it. Even several days prior, we tried to get the tickets, but we were unable to get anything that wasn't like price gouged.
All right, it's on your phone. Lead the way. Or
okay.
Where are we going? Most of the historic sites in Rome are within walking distance to each other, so it wasn't too bad getting around Rome. I don't know. I have to do some research. I'll voice over it or do something if I got it wrong, but you see the obelisk on top of the center of the plaza here. That is, it's got Egyptian hieroglyphics on it.
It does look like it.
Yeah, so they took them from Egypt.
No way.
When they conquered, because the Romans conquered Egypt and all that eventually, I think parts of it anyway. I know they did. Northern Africa and all that. There's Arch Marcus Aurelius in Libya. I've been to that, and so they were definitely over there. And yeah, of course they did. Yeah. Anyway, but so yeah, they took a lot of that stuff from Rome, from Egypt.
Well.
We wandered through the streets of Rome looking for a nice, idyllic cafe.
This truffle pasta is absolutely amazing. I mean, you can see the real truffle in there and everything. It's great.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to try a bite.
That's my pasta. Now we're off to the Vatican.
Yes, to the Vatican.
I gotta say, that was one of the best pastas I think I've ever had.
Good.
That was amazing.
I'm so glad.
If it wasn't the best, it's up there.
Wow. So F-I-C-O.
Yep.
Fico or?
Whatever it is. All right, so it's like 20 some odd minutes to the Vatican. Check that out. And then I think that's all we're doing for the day. Might hit a cocktail later, but we got to do some laundry before this next week. Yeah. So we got to find a lavanderia.
Lavanderia.
All right. What is that?
St. Angelo, the Basilica de San Angelo, I think, something like that.
Everywhere you look in Rome, there's more history. We made it to St. Peter's Square and Vatican City. The square is absolutely massive.
No, don't jump in. They'll kick you out.
What if I have my shawl on?
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Like, this place will be absolutely packed, like on certain holidays, and like if the Pope is going to speak up there from his little balcony, and like if he's dying or something, they're waiting for the white or the black smoke. I don't remember which one is which. You know, all the cardinals got to get together and vote on who's the next pope. But pretty amazing. I don't know. There's a really long line over there to get in. So
I think if that's just for the museums, though, we should be able to like go either just to like the Sistine Chapel or just to the St. Peter's.
Yeah, I think
Unfortunately, these days you need to get tickets weeks, if not months, in advance.
All right, well, I'm not waiting in an hour-long line just to walk by the church.
I do think it's less than an hour, but no, you don't walk by, you go in. But I'm more interested in the Sistine Chapel if we're just going to do one or the other.
Well, they close in 30 minutes, so we don't have time.
That's why I'm going to go tomorrow, whether you go with me or not.
Okay.
I'm going to see the Sistine Chapel.
Okay.
The next morning, we were back in tourist mode.
All right, good morning.
Good morning. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. All right, it is our last full day in Rome. So we're going to see as many sites as we can. What are we doing first? The
Colosseum?
No, we're doing the Emmanuel Vittori something monument. I'll kind of explain more of that as we get there, and then we're doing the Colosseum, and then
Roman Forum. The Palatine.
And then the Trevi Fountain and all that stuff. So we're going to try to fit all that in today.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know, I first mentioned to you when we were coming here, it was like Rome has, although right now there's not a ton of it where we're walking around. It looks like they cleaned up this wall too. but like just graffiti everywhere in Rome.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out, I guess we've both tried to figure out, is it, you know, who's doing that? Is that like gang stuff? Is it more artsy? Is it just little hoodlums? Like,
Well, it's not really artsy. I mean, it's all like written scratch. It's not like murals that people have painted, you know what I mean? It's like this. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, that's not art. Yeah.
no. In the States, that's like an indication of crime and gangs and stuff, but we don't know, I guess, if it's the same here. I don't see a lot of other signs that there's like gang violence.
Yeah, I mean, they tend to not do it like on public monuments and like old, you know, Roman stuff.
God.
But I mean, like this building here, I don't know, that one looks somewhat new, but some of these most of these buildings around here are 400 or 500 years old.
It does bother me for that reason. Don't deface historical buildings. My God.
So this is the monument to Victor Emmanuel. Basically, he is the first united king of Italy. So he I think it was in the 1860s, he united Italy so it's one country. Until then, it had been like, you know, individual city-states like Venice and Rome and all that had their own little kingdoms, right? And then I think he was king of, if I recall, Sardinia. And then he came over to the mainland and kind of united everything. So 1860s. Anyway, he died in 1879, and then so then well after his death. So he didn't create this. Like they didn't even start building it until like the 1890s, and then they completed it in 1935. Although they had, you know, it was taken over for a while in 1922. You had the fascists, you know, the Mussolini and all that take over, and then after World War II, that's when they, you know, had their own Italian Republic again. So anyway, so they had a bunch of, you know, fascist symbology, and then after World War II, they replaced it back with all the original stuff. Anyway, so he was such a beloved king for uniting Italy that, you know, 20 years after his death, they built this. It's pretty, I mean, that's huge and amazing.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable.
It really is an impressive and grandiose structure and monument. There are lots of flights of stairs to climb to the top, but it's an impressive view up there.
So that is the monument of Victor Emmanuel, and it's, you know, right here in the heart of all the old Roman stuff. You know, you have the Colosseum that's, I don't know, half a kilometer away, and then right across the street you got this old Roman Forum or something. I don't even know, but
amazing.
Pretty amazing. All this history here. All right, with that, I guess we need to head to the. It'd be nice. There's a little restaurant up here. It'd be kind of cool, but we got to head to the Colosseum. We got a 12:30.
We have an appointment.
Let's go. They were singing the same song. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot. They're running. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, my God, they're running.
Oh, you had a buddy down there trying to get him.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this too. Or that's like enforcement. Like
I think that's enforcement.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to be selling stuff without a permit or something.
they gathered all those hats and just bolted.
Yeah.
Like 3 of them.
We were just talking about how like they're probably organized, like it's an like you're not allowed to sell without paying off the right person and all that. And that looked like a government official though.
Yeah, it could have been like an undercover, but they
Yeah.
knew his face. They were like, oh fuck.
As soon as that car pulled up, they were gone.
That was really cool to see. Honestly, the Colosseum
Yeah, well, I was
is second to that. No, I'm just kidding.
I was pulling out the camera to film that, and I happened to get that as soon as they were doing it.
You got him, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah, that's cool.
Great.
All right, so here we are, almost to the Colosseum. It's funny, so you see all the naked statues up there? Like I was running by earlier, and I didn't have a shirt on, and I mean, I wasn't in the Colosseum, I was running on the road next to it, and some police guy stopped me and made me put my shirt on.
Your boobs are just that nice.
I know, but I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of dicks hanging on the wall right there.
I know.
Really? There's a bunch of naked statues and dicks on the
And
wall.
it's just not just the Colosseum, but it's not like you were at the Vatican.
No,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't really understand why they'd want you to cover up more.
Yeah,
Especially in
might have.
Italy, I don't know, but.
Yeah, well, we're here. So here is the Colosseum.
I've been to the Colosseum probably 4 or 5 times now, and it's always impressive visiting. Completed in 80 AD, it must have been terrifying if you were a slave or a gladiator forced to fight and die in the Colosseum. You were probably pulled out of a small village with a hut and dirt floors and forced into this magnificent structure.
Crazy. Want to fight?
Yeah.
Want to fight? If we're ever gonna have a big fight, this is the place to do it. We should just air out everything
Yeah, no.
right here.
Nope.
On camera for the spectators.
Nope.
I wonder how many people fought here modern day. Like
Not many.
that. Like I'm thinking like that. Like let's get in a fist fight.
No. Pretty amazing being down here, like on the, this is where the floor of the Colosseum would be, goes all the way out there. Underneath down here would be, you know, where they kept the animals and stuff like that, and the fighters and all that. Like the actual floor itself is, you know, maybe half the size of a football stadium as far as like, you know, floor space. But I was wondering like how they fit, you know, 50 to 80,000 people here. The seating is really steep all the way up and it goes really high. So that's how they fit maybe, because it's like, I would compare it size-wise for like maybe like American Airlines Arena or American Airlines Center, but it's really steep and it's really high, so that's how they fit so many more people. Because I think most basketball stadiums seat like what, like 30,000, and this seats like 50 to 80, so it's basically double that.
It's pretty steep.
Yeah, but you know, most of there's only one little section where they've recreated some of it. Most of the stone and the facade on the outside was stolen over the years, reused for other projects. They just took it apart. It was only in the 1700s that it was declared like the Pope declared it a sacred spot, and then it was like kind of protected because like so many Christians died here, you know, as martyrs back in the day, so they declared it a sacred Christian spot, so they've kind of protected it since then. But over the years, especially during the medieval times, like they just stole all the stone out of it. That's why there's so many pock marks on the outside, is that they took the stone off of it, and there was like iron clamps that were holding it in, and so when they pulled that, they pulled the clamps out, and yeah, so it made it look all kind of defaced. But interesting. for a bit of lunch, and then the Roman Forum, and then who knows?
We have to hit that third place, I think. It's like a castle or something.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, we chose a place with air conditioning because it's hot.
So nice in here.
Yeah, but well, cheers.
Cheers.
Full day of sightseeing. All right, fantastic meal.
Oh, the best pasta I've had in Rome so far.
Pretty good, pretty good. It'd be second for me, but pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna go see the Roman Forum. We gotta hike across the Colosseum to the other side. That's where the Forum is, and yeah, go walk around.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The Colosseum is pretty big, so it takes a while to get to the other side of it. We made it to the gates of the Forum.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes in line, not too bad. But the security's a joke. I mean, like, so they scan our tickets. So first off, somebody looks at our tickets, then you scan them once, then you go through security, which is a joke. I saw the guy look, he was not even looking at the screen, he was scrolling Instagram on his phone. And then you go get your ticket scanned again.
Well, maybe some days are more lax than others, I don't know.
All right, well, this is the Roman Forum. It's where they would do their marketplace and meetings and kind of a social area, I guess. Back in the day, started as far back as 800 BC.
The Forum covers a very large area with plenty of ruined buildings from thousands of years ago. These would have all been markets and shops. There's a museum attached to the Forum that shows what life would have been like. This is a recreation of how the interior walls would have looked covered in frescoes. From the palace balcony, you can see just how large the Forum is.
All right, so that's all this down here is the Roman Forums, where all the important business and markets and all that stuff were back in the day. The who's who lived around here, and we're standing on what used to be the Imperial Palace. It was like a Domus Tiberian or something like that. It's built in like around the time of Nero, like 60 something AD. And yeah, so this is where the power of the world was, right here. And they lived on this spot. Pretty crazy. But you know, right here you got the Forum here at the end of the street. You got the Colosseum, head honcho of the world right here. Sightseeing finished for the day. How was it?
It was good. We covered a lot, and I mean, it's pretty unbelievable what all we saw.
So far, 16,000 steps. Now we're gonna find a cafe and cold drink. Then go back to the hotel, get cleaned up. And then we got tonight, Trevi Fountain and dinner. You ready?
Yes.
Off to dinner. Well, we're leaving early because someone wants to do some shopping.
Yes, but also Bobby needs new shoes, so
Well, I was planning on dropping you off at shopping while I go to Daddy Daycare.
I think that
also known as
good.
the bar.
Yeah, you could do that.
No, I'll walk up with you to Trevi Fountain. We'll see that. You can shop along the way, and then I might just get a cafe around there and hang out.
It depends how good the shopping is. I really don't know. I just wanted like a little dress or two for the sailing trip.
Yeah, I do need some new shoes. These are too small.
You need new shoes. I kind of need new shoes too.
All right. Well, we're on our way. All right, I was told it could be a while, so I'm gonna find a cafe.
Is this thing on?
How'd it go?
It went well. I got a pair of white linen pants. So for someone who spends a lot of time on boats, that's pretty much an essential that I just did not have.
So she's gonna keep shopping. I'm gonna stay at daycare.
Yeah, I just wanted to check on him, make sure he was okay.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Amanda's shopping led her a few blocks away, so I was going to meet her at Trevi Fountain. The fountain was packed, but we managed to get a spot so Amanda could make a wish and take some pictures. The tradition is you're supposed to make a wish and throw the coin over your shoulder. You can find Amanda's pictures on her Instagram.
All right, that's a wrap for us here in Rome.
Yes, that's a wrap on Rome.
So thank you for watching Glamping Doodles, appreciate it. We are now headed to the train station, so we're gonna pack the camera away, and we are going down to Napoli, where we chartered a sailboat for a week. We have a bunch of friends coming in, and we're filming that for our Sailing Doodles show.
Yes, so hop over there.
Yeah.
And you can keep watching our
or I'll link to the end of this to that little, because I'm sure by the time this comes out, that whole series will be on air already, so you can watch us sail around the Amalfi Coast.
Perfect.
All right, well, it was a fun time, 3 weeks here, and we got 2 more weeks left on the trip, so let's do it. Okay, see you guys.
Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like this video. If you'd like to help out by covering some of the music licensing fees, please consider joining the channel memberships.